shape now among them. And if they bump me again, you're the only one I want. All of them, now they want my Betty, oh yeah. She wanna see romance, oh yeah. My body's so interesting, oh yeah. She get it back from big testing, oh yeah. Falling hard for you, oh yeah. Hard times too, oh yeah. My bad too, oh yeah. Feeling my bad too, oh yeah. All of them, now they want my Betty, oh yeah. She wanna see romance, oh yeah. My body's so interesting, oh yeah. She get it back from big testing, oh yeah. Now I'm for you, oh yeah. All for you, oh yeah. My back too, oh yeah. Are you feeling my back too, oh yeah. My baby tell me say, she love my style. She really wanna be the one to walk down. Let me just lie, if I ever break your heart. If I ever lie, if I ever leave you, let me cry. Everything going up, you the only one who keeps me calming down. The way you give me peace of mind, I know say you don't ever wanna see me frown. Now they got love I'm looking for, doing early time. Where you are, where you come from, where you from come. So now my son wanna compare. Oh no, sorry, what she doesn't contest. Oh no, boy, if you force her to show yourself, she will lay you down flat, that's so bad. Oh no, that's my baby, yeah. You can go all your own race. That's my baby, yeah, yeah, yeah. All of them now they want my Betty, oh yeah.
Allen Bernard International, or ABR, is a management consulting firm with a team of consultants and associates who focus on growing and transforming home healthcare agencies, non-profits, and small businesses in other industries as well as individuals. Our services include ABR Business Support Services, ABR Accounting and Tax Services, and ABR Anti-Money Laundering Compliance Services. At ABR, we bring to each assignment dedication and commitment, experience and skills, performance-based process, integrated solution teams, and client relations. For more inquiries on our services, call phone number 469-378-3955. That's Allen Bernard International, or ABR, transforming business through ideas. Pennsylvania residents, we got good news for you. Are you interested in boosting your career or moving to the next level? Reach out to us at Excellence Staffing and Global at 267-461-7460 and take advantage of our training services and become either a certified nursing assistant CNA or database administrator DBA. We have a team of experts that can prepare you for your next level. Register now or call 267-461-7460 and get a 25% discount with promo code ESG2022 for our certified nursing assistant training or our database administrator training. Registration ends on December 31, 2022. Training cost is absolutely affordable. It's Excellence Staffing and Global, powering workforce with excellence. Remember to call us now at 267-461-7460.
Are you in search of a credible, trustworthy, and professional real estate company? Well, your answer is yes. Realty Liberia Corporation is a solution to all your real estate needs. They provide real estate management, broker the sale or purchase of real properties, facilitate real property rental arrangements. They do property appraisals and title searches. Their effective and competent U.S. trained team boasts of over 30 years of experience working in the residential and commercial real estate space of America. They are a 100% Liberian-owned company located ideally on 4th Street Sinker in the Oregon compound. They can be reached on cell phone numbers +231-888-282-828 or 231-775-282-828. They are found on the internet at www.realtyliberia.com. Ladies and gentlemen, stop by today at their 4th Street Sinker office and tell them Henry Costa sent you.
Don't sleep, don't sleep.
When you talk durable, environmental friendly, and an all-weather surface smoothener, the only name that comes to mind is Zize Quality Paints. Zize Quality Paints come in all color and is produced in the USA. You don't have to worry anymore because with Zize Quality Paints, you can change from oil to water-based paint with no damage to your wall or surface. And also, Zize Paint doesn't peel your wall. The good news is we can customize your paint based on your preference. Locate our offices in Police Academy Junction, RRA Highway, and our newly opened branch at LMC Junction, St. Paul Bridge, Bourgeois Island. For the first of its kind in Liberia, Zize Quality Group of Companies Incorporated introduces the Painter Referral Cash Commission. Professional painters can earn referral cash commission ranging from $5 to $375 when your client buy minimum total sale value greater than or equal to $200 per transaction. This offer runs from September 5th, 2022 to December 31st, 2022. Interested professional painters can contact any of our Zize Quality Paint store locations. This is our way of appreciating our valued professional painters for their support and continuous commitment to doing business with us. The qualification is just simple. They must be a professional painter. Referral cash commission is based on per transaction and not on accumulated purchases. For more information, call phone numbers 0777 366 142 or 0555 386 177. Zize Quality Paints. Give your property a shine.
Let me see you.
Do you need a car?
Ready for an upgrade?
Then come to Sika Motors, sole distributors of Toyota vehicles, Mitsubishi vehicles, and Yamaha motorbikes, genuine accessories and spare parts.
You name it, we have it. We have the 2022 brands of Toyota vehicles. Select from our new Toyota Starlight,
Toyota Belter, Toyota Rush.
We've got the best deal in town through our Sika Motors financing schemes with selected banks, EcoBank Liberia and UBA Liberia, starting at the lowest as $500 USD. You won't believe these prices. Come for quality, reliability, and durability. Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on UN Drive at Town, Bourgeois Island, or call Sika Motors on +231 775 987 758 or email cmarketing@cfao.com. Sika Motors, drive with confidence.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you. Welcome to the program. You are listening to and watching the Costa Show. Today is the 6th day of December 2022. The time in Monrovia is 10:28 a.m. The time in beautiful Delaware is 5:28 a.m. And it's good to be here. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. It depends where you are. It's good to be here this morning. Good morning, Boagan.
Good morning, Costa, and good morning to our many listeners. Like he says, good to be here with you this morning. The 6th day of the last month.
Yep. Good to be here. We're gonna open up with this, folks. We told you we're gonna do a fundraiser for the Daisy Bopa Academy school that was founded by the late um, Daniel Mignon, who suddenly collapsed and died back in August. Uh, they they had shipped a container load of instruction and academic educational supplies and equipment, and that container has arrived in Liberia. It arrived on the 4th of December, 2 days ago. I was informed and by the folks who shipped the container. And so we have to pay for the shipment cost. We have to pay for the clearing cost, and of course the transportation of the container from Monrovia to Moe, Grand Bassa County. I mean Riverside County. I'm sorry. The school is in Riverside County. So this weekend on Saturday, I've decided we're going to take time off in the evening, U.S. time, of course, and we're going to raise some money so that we can clear the container. The total cost is about $11,000. We have to. So what the guys did, the guys shipped the container to Liberia, and because they knew that we would help, so we have to raise the money now so they can clear the container. We have to do it in honor of the late Daniel Mayon. So we will have some of his family members on the fundraiser. Please chip in a little $20 and $50 and $100 so that we can make sure that container is paid for and they can chip it up there. The school does not belong to me. It's not for me. I never met Daniel Mayon. We just doing it to help. That's what we do. And we hope you can chip in when we do the fundraiser on Saturday. So please, we're doing it for the children of that school, the 400 children who go to that school. We're doing it for the community. We're doing it for the people of Liberia. That's why we're doing it. So please put a little something aside on Saturday. For Saturday, we'll be coming to you to raise a little something for the Daisy Bopa Academy so that we can clear that container, pay for the shipment, and clear it and transport it up to Riverside County. Thank you so much. I know you will contribute. You always give. You never let me down. Thank you so much. So Saturday we will be doing it. I have to make sure I have a reminder saved. Waka, what's up? Let's talk about what happened yesterday at a Voice of Liberia Radio. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
When Louis Brown went there.
Voice of Liberia is situated around the Capital Bypass. That's right near. That's adjacent to T.W. Gibson School, and opposite the Dunkin gas station. Uh, you know that place is a Harley CDC base. CDCs are so many down there, so there's haven't been the first time for such an event to happen there. Whenever a critical voice that is against the government appear on a radio station down there, normally you hear them coming out, or you see them coming out with such things and trying to attack the critical voice that was on the radio. So last evening, Louis Brown was invited by the lead host of a talk show there, and why on the radio, a group of guys got vexed. The angry is because the seditious are saying that those that did it out are not seditious. So let me just say, some unknown guys went there. They started chanting that, oh, Louis Brown is not a type of guy that should be calling for rally in a country he served in previous government. He stopped people from doing what he want to do now. Why is it now that Louis Brown is coming up when in the early administration he was the same guy that was stopping people from doing what he about to do? So they were chanting and waiting him to come out. I don't know if they wanted to physically attack him or what, but he never came out up until the arrival of the Liberian National Police that took control of the situation. Later on, Louis Brown came out, got on his vehicle, and left the scene. So that's just what happened yesterday evening.
Thank you. I actually saw some pictures of some people who got injured or wounded. I saw this.
Yeah, a guy that spoke to one of the local media institutions said a police officer chased him and knocked his hair with the baton, and then uh, he started bleeding. So
Okay,
that's
but
just what
what was he doing there? What was he doing?
according to him, he lives around the Rock Spring Valley and is somewhere around the radio station. So I don't know
Yeah,
what
but what was he doing there? Did this police officer didn't just
he said he was just standing across the road. He was just standing across the road, and there were those that were chanting.
were standing also?
Yeah, were standing when the police pushed them from the radio station. They went across the road, and there where they were standing. So I don't know if he was part of them or he wasn't. But for him, he said he wasn't part of those that were in the act. So I don't know why he was standing there up until the police came.
You know, this is my view on the issue. Thank you so much, Barker. Thank you very, very, very much. This is my view on the issue. We don't support Louis Brown and his so-called rally for so many reasons, as we've told you. But that should not give anybody the right to resort to violence. First of all, I can never support a rally called by Louis Brown because I know what Louis Brown did to us. Barker, you know what Louis Brown did to us, right? When we ran Voice FM, our radio station.
Louis Brown criticized, blackmail, talk all type of negative things about
Louis
us.
Brown tried to block us. In fact, he blocked us from renewing our license.
Yes,
our broadcast permit for the Ministry of Information when he was minister. Louis Brown does not believe in the things that he says. Louis Brown is a sleazy crook who stands for nothing. But that should not give anybody the right to resort to physically attacking Louis Brown. No, Louis Brown is a Liberian citizen. He has his right. He wants to call his rally. He has his democratic right to do so. Nobody should attack Louis Brown. But you see, Buckeye, this is CDC for you. This is what they do. This is what they encourage. This is what their partisans do. And they are proud of their partisans when they do these things. You see? I'm not unused to it. We're very accustomed to this behavior. I've fallen victim to it so many times. So just because I don't support Louis Brown, in anything Louis Brown does, I cannot work with him. Never. Because I know what Louis Brown did to us. But I will not sit here and say, oh, it was okay because Louis Brown is a bad person, which he is. So somebody should attack him because he wants to call a rally to try to resuscitate his dead political career. No, nobody should attack Louis Brown. But then again, Buckeye, CDC people like to see that. It excites them. They like to see their thugs, their supporters resort to violence, to attack people. It excites them. It gives them this feeling that their people are loyal. And so they like it. In public, they may be ashamed. You may see some of them coming out and saying nonsense, but they like it. They very much like it. Leave Louis Brown alone. Louis Brown can call a rallying and do whatever he wants to do.
He have
It
his
is
right.
his right as a
Article
Liberian.
15. Yeah.
It is his right. And so Louis Brown hustling. That's what he's doing. He has his right to hustle too. He's
And
hustling.
Costa,
He's relevant. He's hustling. Leave him
this
alone.
yeah, this is not just limited to Louis Brown. Any
You don't
other
have to
person.
join him.
Yeah.
What kind of nonsense is that? Some of you poor people, you get up, you go attack Louis Brown because he calling for a rally. Who told you? And that's the way a democracy works. You don't agree with somebody does not mean you should physically attack them. It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. This is the country we are fighting to change. We're fighting to change this country. We're not fighting for an opportunity to hustle, because that's what a lot of people are doing. They're hustling. Like Louis Brown. Louis Brown can talk the nicest things out of his mouth. He does not believe in them because he's a terrible human being. But still, Buckeye, nobody should attack him.
Yeah.
The CDC people today, back when you were in opposition, that's what you did.
Absolutely.
You used to protest all over the place.
He's a toad casket.
You used to carry a casket and women in underclothes.
Underclothes, yeah.
You used to do those terrible things. And today you think nobody should exercise the democratic right because you are in power? Is something wrong with you? It's nonsense. It's nonsense. You all over the place panicking. Have you seen Louis Brown call any rally before, any protest before you saw people there? Why are you panicking? This thing could be very poorly attended. Why are you panicking? You are the ones who are panicking. You are the one who's making Louis Brown feel like he's done something, or he's done something so powerful. You're making him feel that way. Ignore Louis Brown. Let him carry on and do whatever he wants to do. It is his democratic right to do it. You don't have to like him. He doesn't need your approval. You want to show to your masters and your lords. Look at you. You live in a slum, in a little slum. The people who have gotten rich overnight, they're enjoying themselves at your expense. You're there hurting somebody and chasing somebody.
Yeah, Emmanuel Gray was residing there. He graduated, he left you guys there. Now he's living on a highway in a big house with a school, everything to his need. Now you guys are stay in that particular area. And,
you're still living there.
Fighting for people that have already enriched themselves. I don't know what's coming over you guys. Last night was just something a typical Nigerian mindset.
They are sick. The people who have impoverished you, and you're fighting people, you're risking your lives to attack other people for their business.
Yeah.
They promise you all kinds of things. They came to power. Look at how rich they've become overnight. And you're sitting there attacking people for them. Something wrong with you? What is wrong with you people? Why don't you get it that these politicians you support, most of them do not care about you? They don't. Akaras Gray used to live in a one-bedroom place in that place. I went there before. Today, Akaras Gray lives in a house on the highway with a swimming pool. You think he cares about you? He doesn't care about you. And you are his constituents, he doesn't give a damn about you. And yet, you come out there, you're attacking people for their sake. You're sick people. That's what you are. Sick people. So I saw this statement, Buckeye, from the Chief of Staff of the AFL, Prince C. Johnson. According to him, it's on their Facebook page. I'm going to read it for you folks. The Chief of Staff of the AFL. A caveat For whosoever may feel or is disenchanted as we approach the 2023 elections, to use the code system as was seen in the 2017 presidential and 2020 midterm senatorial elections. If you decide to take the law into your own hands, disregarding the rule of law, regardless of your current or past status or affiliation, and if the LMP can't control your actions or is overwhelmed, we will execute our constitutional duties. We will not allow anyone or a group of people to obstruct our hard-earned peace and democracy. We will support the LMP and relevant agencies to protect key installations when necessary. Major General Prince C. Johnson III, Chief of Staff, AFL. Now, folks, listen to this joker. Prince C. Johnson, I had a tiny army of 2,000, less than 2,000 soldiers. A great many of them, about 30% of the army left. They became disillusioned with very bad conditions. They went AWOL, about 30%. That's one of the reasons why they've been recruiting of late.
Yeah.
Prince C. Johnson, do you really think you can frighten the people? If the people really stood up, do you think you can frighten them? Do you think what you do? You shoot people? You damn son of a swan, you idiot. You think you can shoot people? I mean, who the hell is this stupid boy? Prince C. Johnson. You think you can threaten the citizens of the country? Do you think when the citizens want to remove a government, you think, this stupid boy, Prince C. Johnson. You Billy Goat. I mean, I see the damn fool thinking that he can tell the Liberian people, he can threaten if you try it or exercise constitution. Do you know your constitutional duty? Your constitutional duty is to the state. It's not to a rogue government. Your constitutional duty as the army is to the Republic of Liberia and the citizens. Have you seen the military in other countries defend their people against the police?
Yes. Yes.
That's what they do. Mm-hmm. Which country? They were in the last time. The people were protesting and the army came out to protect the citizens against the police. And you foolish boy. Where that army does not even follow you. That army is suffering. That army is demotivated. And you come out there, you want to come threaten people without your PC army. That army there, that thing you get, that army.
The least in the entire Africa. No helicopter, no nothing.
What's wrong with that foolish boy? Talking about who will deal with you. If anybody try it, something wrong with that boy. I don't want to see him put that slap in your ear. What is wrong with you? You punk like you. For you to be advocating for the welfare of the soldiers, the men and women in uniform, you want to threaten the civilian population that is hurting, people who are hurting, who are hungry. You want to threaten them with their own army, an army that is equally disillusioned, that is suffering, that is poor. You foolish boy. This boy has gone mad, boy guy. What is wrong with this idiot? You think you can threaten the Liberian people?
Costa, what now? Why is he coming up now to say such thing? Is
no,
it
because they're not China. Because you know what? Whenever the government feels insecure, because the citizens are agitating, the citizens are hurting, so Prince Johnson probably has been asked to issue this statement. My man, you got to tell him, you got to threaten the people. If anybody try it, the army will come out. These boys are crazy. You know what happened to Willie Tower in 1980? Of course, the coup was a terrible thing. Willie Tower was the best president we had. But even the army never stood with Wole Toba didn't trust the army. He had to send to Guinea to bring troops from Guinea. Can you imagine? Because the army was disillusioned, just as the population was. So Wole Toba had to ask Ahmed Sékou Touré of Guinea to send him troops from Guinea to help restore order in Liberia. So that army you depending on, you think you can threaten? You can't threaten anybody, Prince E. Johnson. You can't. You're a fool. That's what you are. You idiot. Tell a man like you. You're nothing like your father. Your father was a better soldier than you. Foolish playboy like you. Want to threaten people here, talking about who would exercise our constitutional duty. What constitutional duties? Do you know the Constitution? Your job is not to protect the president of the country. It's to protect the country and the people in the country. You don't know your duty. He's a foolish boy. Prince E. Johnson, Chief of Staff. When I look at men, you say, man, you think make me look weak. You see, Prince E. Johnson said, boy, guy, you know, look. The way we see the military, the way we see the military, when I look at fully boy Prince E. Johnson like Chief of Staff, it just made me weak about the military. The Chief of Staff of the military, of the armed forces of Liberia, is supposed to exude respectability and confidence in the military. Their physical demeanor, their composure, the way they even articulate, the way they even speak, the way they carry themselves. But when you see Prince E. Johnson, he doesn't even look like somebody that makes you respect the army. Then he wants threatening people for job we are talking about. Would deal with anybody, with exercise constitution. Let me see you somewhere to some liquor shop on account of Liberia, so you can deal with us. Foolish boy. This is nonsense, Bugger. Who the hell does he think he is? The people are suffering like that in the country. We got to get you like George and make you Chief of Staff, and you're poor now, you're being controlled by George Weah, so you think you can issue a statement to threaten the population? You not see the military do that, Bugger? They sort of be issuing a statement to threaten the people?
What have they seen? Are they seeing any threat in the country before coming out with such statement? There is
the
no threat.
The military is supposed to protect the country from foreign and domestic enemies. Who are the domestic enemies you want to threaten? You're threatening the civilian population with force. The boy is foolish. Something wrong with him. Ayaka. It's sad. It's very sad. So, folks, yesterday, the National Elections Commission put out a statement. Waka, do you have the statement there to read for us? If you do not, I will find it and I will read it. Many of you may already be aware of the statement, but some people might not. So I'm going to still find it and I'm going to read it. The Elections Commission has vindicated us. We told you for months, Bwaka and I, on this platform, that voter registration would not commence on the 15th of December, as was announced in their timetable. We told you that due to the incompetence, the patent incompetence, and dangerous corruption happening at the NEC, particularly characterizing the entire voter registration or the award of the biometric the contract to the company to produce the biometric supply and produce the biometric equipment for voter registration, that voter registration was not feasible to commence on the 15th of December. Folks, that is going to be the case. Voter registration will not be happening. The Elections Commission put out a statement yesterday. I'm going to read it for you. Press statement. Monrovia, Liberia, Monrovia, 5 December 2022, Monday. The National Elections Commission informs the public that the previously announced 15 December 2022 date for the start of voter registration is being adjusted to a later date. The NEC is developing a new timeline detailing the voter registration schedule, which will be communicated to the public in the soonest possible time. The NEC assures the Liberian people that the 2023 electoral process is on course, and the Commission remains committed to conducting free and fair and credible elections on 10 October 2023. Signed, Prince Dunbar, Deputy Communications Director. Fellow Liberians, what did we tell you?
Yeah. So we sat
What did we
here.
tell you? That's what we told you.
Mhm.
You know,
We-
Baga, hold on, before we move further, while we are speaking, I'm chatting with a soldier right now. Of course, I would never say who he is. And he's telling me about Prince C. Johnson. They don't even like him. He's a bad leader. And I'm told George Weah doesn't even like him. That's what the soldier is telling me. This is a well-placed soldier, well-placed soldier. Wait, he's writing me right now. He said, Prince C. Johnson is looking for favor from Weah. So just so you know, Prince C. Johnson, this soldier is telling me about your son who plays in a Barcelona academy. Prince C. Johnson has a son who is at a Barcelona football academy. He has a Swedish wife. He's been telling the soldiers. And he's telling the soldiers that right after the 2023 elections, he's done with the army. He's the one who can be bragging. He brags to the soldiers about his son who plays at a Barcelona football academy, and his wife is Swedish. Just so you know, he also carries a Swedish passport. That's what we are told. His wife is Swedish. He carries a Swedish passport. And he tells the soldiers that he will be done with the army after the 2023 elections. This soldier goes on to say to me that well over 90% of the soldiers don't like him due to his poor leadership. He's very unpopular in the military. They say he is corrupt like his boss. His boss, Zaga. But he pretends to be a saint. They say he travels 3 times a year to Sweden. His heart is not in Liberia. Are you listening, Baga? His heart is not in Liberia. Yeah. Another person with knowledge of the military just confirmed what this guy said. That Prince C. Johnson he said he's not going to work anymore after 2023 election. He goes to Sweden 3 times a year to visit his Swedish wife and his Swedish family. He doesn't care about that. He tells the soldiers, my family is my son is at the academy in Barcelona. I don't care about the army. I will leave the military after 2020. And you are the guy thinking that you can threaten us with this same army that doesn't like you? This same army that doesn't like you because of your poor leadership and how corrupt and incompetent you are. I just wanted to throw that in Baga before we moved on here so people can know that Prince C. Johnson is not even popular in the army because the army doesn't like you. How do you think I know about his son being at a football academy in Barcelona and that he travels to Sweden 3 times a year to see his family and he brags to the soldiers that he's going to leave the army after the 2023 elections to go and live his best life?
They are the ones telling us.
Make your point, Baga, regarding the Elections Commission thing.
Yeah, so the last time Costa and I, we not only a day, but we've been talking about this issue about the National Elections Commission.
For 2 good months.
Yeah. Deviator, Bro, Lasana, and the other folks at the NEC, along with the PPCC, they're making it look like, they don't know what they are doing. Yes, they know what they are doing. The thing is been calculated and planned, and they are executing what they have planned. It's not something that, the Liberian people don't want to be a part of it, or it's because or the bidding process or whatsoever. It's a mandate from President Weah that you guys should do X, Y, and Z. And that X, Y, and Z is what's happening now at the NEC. So we sat here the last time, we told the Liberian people that the 15th of this month, the voting process will not kickstart because we know all of what have happened, the timeline, nothing will happen. So it's not surprising for us, Costa and I, it's not surprising to us that if the NEC come up with a statement that, December 15, as previously planned by us, that will be carry on the voter registration process. No, it's not strange to us. Maybe it is strange to you, but for us, no, it's not strange. So
No,
they
it's
know
not.
what they are doing, and they are playing their card very well.
We expected it. We knew this was a gimmick. All this stuff you see going on. Did you watch the hearing? I didn't watch the hearing, but people who watched the hearing when the neck appeared before the Senate this week, did you see it, Butler? Did you watch it?
No, I didn't watch.
I didn't, but here's what I'm told. You could clearly tell that they were divided. The commission is divided. The chairperson, Davietta Brown Lansana, the co-chairperson, Tipler Reeves, and other commissioners, they are divided. Now, how can we go to elections with a divided commission? Okay. The division is so obvious and so serious that they are watching their dirty leaning out in the public. These people, we are going to have issues because the board of commissioners should work together as a unit. I'm not saying they should agree on every single thing, but to see them so divided to the extent that it has spilled over to the public is just shameful. It's just very, very scary. Because, Bwagai, these people are supposed to be working together, but they don't work together.
Yeah.
I'm told some of the senators were even encouraging them to go back in house and try to resolve their disputes. Yeah. But the disputes that are there, they border around the award of contracts that bring lots and lots of money.
Yeah.
Kickbacks. And apparently, Davietta Brown Lansana doesn't want to share the kickbacks. She wants to award the contracts alone, single-handedly, collect the kickbacks alone. And she makes decisions without consulting other members of the board of commissioners. And so they don't want to allow it. And they shouldn't allow it. It's just so disgraceful that the people who should be organizing the elections cannot get along. The people who should be organizing these very important elections are not getting along. They are fighting among themselves. It has spilled over to the public, and it is just sickening.
Yeah.
And the man who appointed them is here in America.
He doesn't
Mr.
care.
He arrived in the US yesterday or the day before for an event that does not begin until the 13th of this month. What is he doing? They say he's in Florida. Mr. Weah should not be here in America this time. No, he shouldn't. The event is not beginning anytime soon. It is next week. But he's already here. He's chilling in Florida.
Costa, according to one of his puppet, which is his mouthpiece, normally Carol's Grace, saying that they may have a lot of engagement with other local international partners, blah 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 in the US. So he will be bringing back home more goodies. So it doesn't mean anything.
I saw that CBL comment on my post talking about we arrive early so that he can do meetings, bilateral meetings. All they having the other way you're in Qatar having bilateral meetings with David Beckham there.
Yeah,
Yeah, who was the guy who was signing on him again?
Terry Henry.
No, it was not Terry.
John Terry, rather. John Terry.
John Terry, yes.
Yeah.
The England former England player John Terry, yeah, signing on his some jersey he was wearing. But yeah, I mean, look, Waka, when it comes to Joe Weah, let's just forget it. Joe Weah doesn't care. So we just have to be patient and wait and remove him from power in 2023. Because look, he doesn't care. Nothing moves him. Nothing bothers that idiot. Waka. He's done. Weah doesn't care. Nothing we say is going to bother George Weah. Let's just forget Joe Weah and just do what we got to do. Yeah. The country is on autopilot. Okay? Autopilot. That we don't have a leader. We do not have a leader. The country is on autopilot. We had the board of commissioners not getting along. They're fighting. They're postponing voter registration date. And you know the sad thing about the postponement of voter registration? They don't even know when they will be able to start voter registration.
Yeah, there was no new date set aside that will start so time.
They don't know. And the reason that they don't know is because they have not even awarded a contract as yet. So how could they possibly know when the voter registration would commence, would start? They don't know. So it's one thing to say, okay, we're adjusting the date, the start date from the 15th of December to the 30th of December. It would make sense. But no, they cannot. Let me say this so you remember this. From what we know about the unpreparedness of the commission to start voter registration, I don't expect they're going to be able to start voter registration even in the next month or month and a half. I don't. Maybe 2 months. Maybe 2 months from now. 2 months from now seems more realistic. But that is contingent on certain things. Number one, the company to do the biometric thing must be selected. And that company must commence their work right away. But I don't see how it's going to be done. Because the Laxton that she selected, again unilaterally, without the input from the other commissioners, Laxman said they cannot deliver within less than 5 months.
Yeah.
They said they need 5 months to deliver. That's what they said. That is exactly what they said. So there you have it. There will be no voter registration anytime soon. For those of you who bought your ticket, you live abroad, you wanted to go home to kill two birds with one stone, go home to visit, and while you're there, register to vote. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen because they are not prepared to do voter registration anytime soon. And we are, and you know the interesting thing, Baka, we're all sitting down and we're watching this. We here on the Costa Show, we've been talking about this for a long time. And we've been talking about the opposition sitting there and doing nothing about it. We're all just watching it. That's what we're doing. We're watching the process. Voter registration cannot commence. We don't know when it's going to commence. The commissioners are fighting. They don't get along. We are just watching this. It's up to them. It's up to them. We don't care. The opposition, we do not care. Even though this is the only process by and through which we can democratically remove George Weah, everything is riding on these elections that are coming, yet we behave as though that these elections are not important, that the events that we're seeing, which are very disturbing and dangerous, do not concern us. That's how we are behaving, Waka. We have this nonchalant attitude, as if we're not even participating in these elections, as if the elections do not even matter. That is the way we are behaving.
We are an interesting people, Baga. We're very interesting people. Let's go to the phone lines and take some calls there. You're watching the Costa Show this morning. We're talking about a whole host of issues here. Louis Brown was attacked yesterday by seditionists. Baga, don't call them people. Those idiots who attacked Louis Brown were seditionists. That's the way
Well,
they
the
are.
Harrow,
That's the way
yeah,
they behave.
the top people are saying that those that did it are in sedition.
They
So
are their people. They were seditionists. Those who attacked Louis Brown are seditionists. Leave Louis Brown the hell alone. Let him organize his rally. Let him organize tirade. You want to organize tirade? Said that his business. Leave him alone. He has his democratic right to do it. You don't have to support it. You don't have to go there. Leave him the hell alone. These people don't learn. They saw what seditionists did, those foolish boys, bent upon them. They saw what they did to Christopher Civilly, that young man. Today, those boys, where is that case? You know, they're going to drag it on and then they're going to drop it. That's what they're going to do.
they finished, Costa.
It's done, of course. I mean, you know that they were not going to seriously pursue those boys. No. They don't care because they encourage their people to behave in this manner. So they're not going to seriously prosecute those boys. They're not going to do that. They're never going to do that because they love it when they do that. George Weah loves it. CDC was built on violence and thuggishness. That's what they were built on. They're thugs. They take people like Koji, the main secretary general of the party. I mean, I saw that thing, I was like, what? Koji? They broke a chaplain, they dog ball. I mean, how can you make a guy like that secretary general of a political party? That wasn't Koji. But again, the CDC, look at the president. The president of Pupu Plantoon. So why Koji give me secretary general? My God, Jesus Christ. Let's take some calls there, Baga. Let's go to the lines and take some calls. Mr. Alex.
Yep. So the issue about the RIA rule, Costa.
Oh yeah. Thank you for reminding me. So I'm told the Minister of Public Works, Ruth Coker, what's her name? She said
Ruth Coker Collins.
Yeah, Ruth Coker Collins said that they have to consider taking the contract from
East
International because East is incapable of doing it. She said that? Okay. Did she say that?
Yeah, she said they need to revisit the agreement because from what they have observed, East International they are not capacitated financially to continue the job.
Woman, I called her before, not about the financial capacitation, but I called her before about the way the road project was being done. I asked her, I said, look, let me tell you something. These people are messing this road up. Why would they do all this? Open these large these gutters on the shoulder of the road. She was there justifying and defending East International for that blunder that they did on that road. Is this the same woman saying today that that they need to revisit the contract because East International does not have the technical capacity to do the project? My God, we are in trouble. We're in trouble, folks.
Very big one, Costa, because
the people on the road.
That's just what Costa they both not only one side open it so only the turning the quota in the middle that car can drop in any dish at any time.
It's dangerous.
Very dangerous.
That road is already very dark at night, and the road is narrow, and they make those big drainages by the side of the road. Then you say to people that we need to revisit the contract because East International is not able to do the project. Are you freaking kidding me? You are the Minister of Public Works. I mean, what's this woman's educational background? What does she study? Where are the engineers at the ministry? Where are they? Because if they knew anything, They should have never allowed East International to dig those huge pits, those big deep
Costa, she said,
drainages
Costa,
that they dug
when
gutters.
she wasn't, yeah, she said she wasn't a minister at the time when East were selected.
That is
to,
a lie.
you know.
She was acting minister. She was acting minister when the project was, when those gutters were being dug. She was already acting, and then she got appointed minister months ago, many months ago. So she's lying. She's a bloody liar. Talking about she wasn't minister. You know what I'm saying? When Mabutu Yimpan died, this woman has been minister, has been acting since Mabutu Yimpan died. Is that not true?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah. That's it.
I did not defend East International. Who did I defend? I defended a Liberian citizen who is being attacked because of his association with East International. East International is not a Liberian-owned company. It is a Chinese-owned company, just so you know. East is not owned by a Liberian citizen. But people were attacking a Liberian citizen who is associated with the company. So get it clear. East is not Liberian-owned. It's Chinese-owned. And I did not defend East. I was defending a Liberian brother. So the problem here is this. If East International cannot do the project, take the project from East International. It is as simple as that. How long will it take for East to fill up those drainages, those large holes they dug? How long? What does it take?
But the way they did it, Project Costa, that's what's suffering them. How you come poho onesa, they lead a quota.
So where were the people? Why you've been in that bureau for a long time? When was the last time you saw people building road like that?
No.
I've never seen that.
Costa, the Japanese freeway, the way the guys did it, Chico did it. They did one side of the road before coming to the other side. We were using the quota on the other side while they constructing the other side of the quota. After that, we started using that side, then they turned over to the other side. But they went east. He said no. We'll clear this side, we'll put hole on this side, we'll put hole on this side, then we'll do the quota in the middle. Then we'll make a comment, see what.
Okay. This is dangerous. You're risking people's lives. I'm told the situation is so bad that if you live next to the road, somebody said some people can't even get out of their car, or they can't even get off the road in their vehicle to drive into their own yard. If you live by
that's
the
true.
roadside.
And Costa, when one car stop on the road, nobody going again. All they wait. Even if a Tesla driver, that passenger will get down before that Tesla pick up again, then everybody will start going. That's how it's like.
Can you imagine?
Even a keke stop on the road, everybody have to stop on that particular lane. So you see, that's how it's like.
Who would dig the road like that? Who does that?
East International.
Oh my God. But let's go take some calls. I gotta make a quick call.
Okay, folks, 0770-102-102-886-010383-555-102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231-886-24171. We talk about a lot of issues here today. We talk about the road, the RRA road, the attack on Louis Brown yesterday at the Voice of Liberia, then the Capitol bypass. We talk about the National Elections Commission, and they say now the issue about the voter registration will not start on the 15th of December. What do you make of all of them? The talking points that we talk about here. Let's take our first caller. Good morning. Good morning. Hello.
Yeah, brother, good morning.
Good morning. Your name, where joining us from?
Thank you, brother. This is the voice of Irozaraka Nakupo. And brother, And seriously, and thanks to the political leader of Petro. And this is a complete embarrassment on this road, Braga. And East, as we all know, during Madam Ellen Johnson's regime, he doesn't have any road record in this country. Even in their history, they don't have any road record. But
Oh, sorry, my brother. 0770-102-102-86-01.
Folks, I've got some breaking news for you. The board.
Let me get caller. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, your name is joining us from.
Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Lower the receiver in the back, bro.
Yeah. Manilo means Michael.
Go ahead, Marco. You're live.
Hello?
You're live, Marco. Go ahead.
Let me say good morning to Pedro Costa.
Go ahead, Marco. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me say good morning to Pedro Costa. And let me say good morning to the listener from the broadcast this morning.
Oh, Marco, please, man. Costa, go ahead.
I've got some big news for you. The president of LBDI will resign in the next few days. The board of the bank contacted Oxford University in England, where he said he obtained a diploma, postgraduate diploma. The board contacted Oxford, and Oxford informed the board that at no time did he obtain a diploma in a field or discipline that Oxford does not offer a diploma in. It was just a certificate. He went there for a few days and he got a certificate. So Dio Delany will resign. The government folks are embarrassed. Baker Tilly is the company they used to do the due diligence. Baker Tilly did a messed up job. Why they did it, I don't know, but I'm told Dio Delany is friends with a lot of big, powerful men that he believes to have special relationships with, and these are the people who influence his appointment as president of LBDI, but he is going to resign. I'm told he does not even have, that CV he has is mostly fake. He's not qualified, and so he's going to be resigning. The president of LBDI, Dio Delany, will be resigning in the next couple of days because he lied. You know, he lied. He is not qualified. His CV is mostly fake. That's what he is. Let's go back to the phone lines and take some calls there.
All right, let's take this person here. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Biggie.
Yeah, your name is joining us from.
Are you Zed Manova calling from this number 50?
Okay, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I listened to people Sherry last day. He started crying on your radio high station looking when he invite people, all the people will be scared to go there. When you realize that, when you were propagating, when you realize that when you were damaging our station, you were happy at that time. So that now you realize that you'll be embarrassment to you, and you support the team regime. The team regime was supporting.
Okay. Thank you so much, my brother. That would take somebody from the WhatsApp number.
So yeah, folks, there you are. There you have it. Dio
Morning,
Delany
brother.
is a fraud.
Costa.
All right. Your name is joining us from.
I'm Lieutenant George calling from Broken Park, Minnesota.
Go ahead.
I just want to speak on the situation relating to the election commission. Well, like you guys have been saying this thing over and over, but what I think I noticed that Liberians back home don't really care about what is happening. The concern is mainly with us in the diaspora, because we feel here that we need a better Liberia, and so we'll continue to talk this. But I'm advising all Liberians, if we don't get up now to talk or to get in the street to show cause why this this voter registration must start now. I foresee a lot of discrepancy coming up to this coming election. And nobody will blame anybody because you guys have been saying it and everybody just got the hand footed. Thank you so much for the show.
Thank you so much for calling in and being a part of the discussion. I'll take somebody from this line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah, your name are you calling from?
This is Eddie P. Gibson. I call you from Howell.
Go ahead, Eddie.
Yeah, I just want to comment and do a question to the issue that have to do with the road.
Mm-hmm.
You know, many a time I think a lot of our leaders travels and when they get off the plane in other countries, they don't ask themselves why is the country like this? Why are these people carrying on this project? For example, when you go to Nairobi, right, with a huge population in Nairobi and a huge budget in Nairobi, when you drive from Kenyatta Airport to the center of Uhuru Park, you will get to understand that the road over there is not as 12 lane or 8 lane as you think on the airport directly over there. There are certain places they find out that they will spend more funds and they reduce the size of the road, and certain places they open up the road. So sometimes when you travel, you have to take into consideration these things. Two, when you are awarding a contract to a company like East International, having somebody at the Ministry of Public Works for the Republic of Liberia, don't you know that there should be a PowerPoint presentations, and within that presentation there will be a lot of key questions asked as relate to the time frame and how the project is going to be going on? For somebody to say you award a contract and then you're coming back to tell somebody say no, you think they don't have the capacity or the technical know-how they are using, it's a failure on the government.
Okay.
Because you should be able to know that.
All right, bro.
You should be able to know that. You are told.
Thank you so much for making your contribution. We take some more calls. 0770 102 102. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Morning, brother.
Kemokai, welcome.
Yeah, this is Kemokai. I call from Jordan School, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to say good morning to Costa as well.
Morning,
brother, to be honest with you, citizens are always in the habit of waging war against protesters in the country. You know, they are being they want to always court. To be honest with you, brother, this is absolutely wrong. Somebody want to protest, allow them to protest. Don't be fighting anytime somebody is talking about protest. You're protesting the country, you know. You're even disgraced woman, you're still woman for honor code. I don't want to go this round the show, but citizens are always involved when it comes to disturbing protesters in the country, and they should stop it. And on the you know, brother, to be honest with you, the name George Weah, you know, it signifies a failure. To be honest with you, the man is evil personified. There is a man, you know, brother, you know, there is a man. I think the president is very heartless and wicked. Man, too callous. Okay. But I want to leave him with this today. You know, the anger of God will definitely wage on George Weah. You'll be exposed to the level of horror that's material than that part. What you can do is reach your in. Thank for the time, brother.
Thank you so much. Kemukarete Noah Zao Gibson on this line. Noah, good morning, welcome.
Hello.
Good morning, Noah.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Brakai. Good morning, Costa. And good morning to the rest of the world. I just want to announce in this public manner, as Noah Zao Gibson, that our radio appearances have started for our December 30th showdown in Monrovia. That will be the biggest one this morning. Anthony Tengbe and Charles Rabo appeared on Joy FM, and I placed a call and buttressed whatever they were saying. So indirectly, we were three that made the public to be aware of what is about to happen on December 30th. So, and as I'm speaking to you, the showdown continues. When I mean the showdown, I'm speaking of the mobilization. it continues, we will start mapping from house to house very soon, informing people, and the momentum is high. Almost 80% of the callers that call in the morning are in readiness to receive you, Costa. And let me conclude on this note. On there is international role issue. Senator Dillon, I can remember when we started Senator Dillon's second time New Year, he raised that issue that East International was not competent. The very so-called liar minister who is saying she was not minister at that time, she argued with Dillon that the people are what it takes to do the road. Now she appeared now yesterday, Dillon reminded her. Now she is saying that the people lack what it takes to carry on a contract, so they will take the contract for them. But man, you Costa, just take the in 10 seconds. We get incredible information that they went after the money they get the people for the contract, key back. They took almost all the money. They were going overnight taking the money from the people. So all the money are there exhausted. That's the reason the road have been abandoned. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's take Chipo, the villager advisor. Good morning. Welcome.
Kamara, good morning, my dear brother. And good morning to our hero, Mr. Henry Petro Costa, all the way there in the US. For the public, I am the religious advisor to the Costa Show, and I'm calling from Bannersville comfortably this morning. After you have presented several topics on your platform this morning, my attention has been drawn to just one. And you know, Louis Brown and Mr. Kumi, I'm just going to address it briefly. Let me say this. When you try to go alone, this regime has no respect for you. We said it, and Mr. Kumi said he got the ego that he wants to be president by all costs. So there's nothing you can do that three people who you respect, Mr. Kumi. Let me say this to you. The seed you sow with Mr. Ability, you will reap it. You're not going to go free. You will not have relevant. When you want relevant, you will not get it. And you cannot use Costa platform to say, Costa is a very sound man. He's not going to just go and platform and say, you'll go protest. What are we protesting for? What is your motive? Let me say this to you. And you are forgotten to know that Sekou Sherif, the voice of Labrador today, originated from Freedom FM. Did you know that after the election, when Sekou Sherif was pronouncing for result, have you forgotten? Then you go sit down and you say, go out, talk to you. Thank you for phoning me the time.
Thank you so much, Sekachipo. Let's take this other person from. Okay, we mess up on our quarter. Let's take.
That'll be our last caller. We have to take our guest, Mr. Alex Coffey.
All right, let's take somebody from the diaspora. Good morning. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, Boca. Good morning, Costa. Hello.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is David. I'm calling from Oslo.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to commend the both of you, especially you and Costa. It's like sometimes I sit here in Oslo and I'm thinking that if these guys should have just focused on themselves, they should have gone further. But because of the kind-hearted person you guys are, every morning you wake up in the morning to enlighten the Liberian people. For me, it's a pleasure, and I see it like if I can normally say, if these guys wanted to go alone, they will go far. But because you want to go far, you want to take a lot of people with you. And this sacrifice that you are doing for the nation, that some people don't even realize it. In the future, God is going to reward you. There is nothing that you're going to put your hands to that will be a failure. Because, Costa, I know how difficult it can be when you look at people vandalizing your office, your radio station and other things. But still, you became so strong. It's like I remember the story of Israel. The more the people were harassing the Christians, the more stronger they became. My brother, okay. I can just say that you are a blessed child for that nation, and don't give up. And your man on the ground, Boca, is also another strong man, and God is going to bless you. No evil will ever meet you. This Christmas, you will see your arrival in Liberia. You are a son that nobody will stop in that nation. And I just pray that your travel with your team, God is going to bless you. Anything that you put your hands to, you will succeed. Thank you, and God bless you. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Bogai, let me just announce this before we bring Mr. Coffey in. So Dio Delani submitted his letter of resignation this morning to the board of the bank, and he is going to be, so he's already resigned. The board will announce it very soon. The president of LBDI submitted resume that was loaded with fake claims about schools he had gone to and degrees he had gotten or diplomas. You know, he mentioned that he obtained a diploma from a postgraduate studies in some discipline from Oxford University. Oxford said they do not provide a diploma in that field. He also said that he went to Harvard and he studied this or studied that. It also said that it is not true. So he's going to be, he has already resigned. He has already resigned. I'm told he submitted his letter of resignation already, and the board will be announcing it shortly. I want to say happy birthday to you, Madam Rosa Sherman from Atlanta, Georgia. Is from your niece, Reverend Mother Beatrice Washington. Yesterday was your birthday, and so it's a happy belated birthday treat to you, Madam Rosa Sherman from Atlanta, Georgia. So now, enough of politics. We're going to go take Mr. Alex Coffey. We're going to be discussing Alan Bernard International. Mr. Coffey is already in our studio. Mr. Coffey, good morning and welcome to the Costa Show. Mr. Coffey?
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
We're doing good. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, I think I got to make some adjustment here because I'm hearing myself.
Yeah, well, we can hear you just fine. So apparently the problem is on your end.
Yes, okay. So I'm good. I had the program open already, so.
Perfect. Yep.
How are you, Henry? How are you, Waka?
Yeah, I'm good.
We're doing very, very good.
You guys are doing a great job.
What's up, man? How are things?
I mean, things are going on pretty, well. Yesterday we had a deal. We call it C2C, company to company deal signed yesterday. With another company in Houston. So we are excited about that.
That's very good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
We are moving on personally fine, and by way of the business, we are also moving on fine. But yeah, so we are here today to have a conversation. Actually, I made a post on my Facebook page, which you responded to, and some people responded to a lot, and then I got some telephone calls and messages and things like that. So, but what I'm here for is to talk about personal financial planning. So this is going to be, as we've been discussing, Henry, this is going to be a series to kind of talk to people. So the target audience for this presentation, many people would think sometimes, financial planning is for people who got money, right? So it's for everybody, people who got money, people who don't have money, people who are struggling, especially
people who doing that 1 2 1 2 and all.
Yeah, people who doing that 1 2 1 2, people who moving from paycheck to paycheck, and people who just come in the system trying to navigate their way. And so this is how it's going to be, because if you look at history, people who got money, they started little by little, right? And they started building up. So especially in times of economic hardship, in times of low income, that's when you really sit down and plan. But sometimes when we get plenty of money, we don't also plan. But there's every time to plan. So this series will intend to provide knowledge, do what I do best, sharing knowledge and sharing ideas, and especially in the area of personal financial planning. So that's what we'll be doing. 30 minutes Tuesdays and Thursday on the Costa Show. So this is about sharing. So what will we be doing? Costa, is there a way you can put a presentation on, or we can just talk through it? Because today is just going to be the introduction.
Yeah, I can't put it up.
Okay, so today is just going to be the introduction. So personal financial planning brought to you under the auspices of Alan Bernard International. Alan Bernard International is a management consulting firm, and we do different things. We'll come to that, but this is what we do. Do you also have the jingle that you play on your show?
Yeah, of course. We've been playing it.
So at some point you play it so people can kind of relate that jingle to what we're doing here. All right. So we'll be coming on every Tuesday and Thursday to talk personal financial planning. And the objective of this is to kind of, discuss on how to prepare to succeed financially, right? So like we just started saying, sometimes people don't know the advantages or the benefit they have, the opportunities they have out there, especially when you come in the diaspora, places like the US, Australia, and those places, UK, or even back in back home in Liberia, in Africa, the opportunities you have to grow, right, financially, to prepare to succeed financially. We'll also be talking about protection. Now, whilst you are trying to succeed financially, you also have to protect yourself. Let's say, Henry, something happened to you. How will you leave little Henry and the mom, right? Most often, sometimes, we the men too. Sometimes, by design, we the one can go first, right? And then we leave the family back. So how do you leave the family back whilst you're building income? And many a times we go away and we leave our family to suffer. So you have to prepare for that as well. So that's what we call protection. You got to protect yourself, and it can be the opposite. It can be the other way around. We say that it takes two to make it, especially in America.
Mhm.
But Costa, guess what? These days it looks like it takes four, right? You not no longer it's two checks. It has to be four checks these days
Because
because
of the inflation and the cost of living, and
yes,
yeah.
and you imagine that to be really to make real ends meet, you got to be making a certain level of income these days, especially in America and in other Western countries. You got to be making a certain income, on average. So it can be tough. Then we'll also talk about managing your finances, right? So after we talk about how you can, because in order to be successful financially, you have to prepare yourself. I mean, you can't be at the same place, at the same level all the time. So you got to make improvement. And how do you make that improvement? We got to talk about some of that. So before then, when you start making the money, or even before you start making the money, how do you plan to manage the money that you get so that the money can grow? So we'll be going into things like setting financial goals, right? We'll be discussing how you set financial goals. We'll be discussing about how you set a budget, a manageable budget. Many people do not budget. You got to budget. Many a times when you budget, then you look like you stingy or you mean or you this. But when it's not on the budget, it's not on the budget.
Yeah.
Then you have to wait for the next budget cycle, the weekly budget cycle, or the bi-weekly budget cycle, or the monthly budget cycle. You got to wait for that, depending on when your paycheck comes in from what we call from the farm, right? Then we'll also go into exploring savings, right? We'll look at the traditional savings. We'll look at money market accounts. We'll look at certificate of deposit. We'll look at SUSU as well. SUSU. The SUSU that we do here is quite
Yeah,
important.
even people in America do SUSU. I know a lot of people who are in different SUSU clubs. Yeah.
Yes, you imagine that. I also do SUSU. You imagine that. So we'll look at college savings, how to save for your children. Then we'll also look at investment. There's a difference between investment and savings. So we'll also look at investment. We'll look at things like treasury bills. We'll look at bonds. We'll look at the stock market. We'll look at mutual funds. We'll look at the EFT, which is the exchange traded funds. And we'll look at real estate as well. And then we'll also come to many of us do not prepare for this, and it's sad. I made a presentation to the Journalists Association in the All Liberian Journalists Association in Americas, right? And the concern was most people have reached of age, and most people have not planned for retirement. So one of the things that we would talk about is how to plan for retirement. And we'll be talking about things like 401k, 401(k)(3)(b). We'll be talking about individual retirement account, which is commonly called IRA. We'll be talking about annuities. We'll be talking about a traditional pension. We'll be talking about Social Security. Henry, many people in this country do not even know how to access their Social Security, what they are qualified for, right? And then also, how do you use real estate in retirement? So we'll be having a beautiful conversation 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, for the next couple of weeks. And after we do this, then we'll dive into business planning. We'll dive into tax issues and stuff like that. So that's what we'll be doing over the period of time we'll be here on every Tuesday and Thursday at what? Your time is what? 5:30? No, my time. I'm in the Central Time Zone, so it's 5:30.
Yeah, it's 5:30 for you.
5:30 a.m., which is
gonna be 6:30 for us.
For you.
Eastern time.
And somebody asked me what time on my Facebook page. Somebody asked me what time it would be in Liberia. I think it would be 11:30, right?
11:30, yes.
11:30 a.m.
11:30 a.m. Liberian time.
In Liberia. So we'll be doing this for the next couple of weeks. In this December, we'll be drilling down into this. Like I said, this is brought to you by in the kind auspices of my company. I'm the managing consultant for that company. We are headquartered in Minnesota. We have our headquarters in Minnesota, in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. We have an office in Dallas, Texas. We also have representation in the East Coast in Philadelphia. And we have our office in Liberia, which serves the West African sub-region. We provide, in Africa, we provide financial management services and information system management services. We provide training. We do that. In America, we mostly provide accounting and tax services. We also provide business support services, and we provide anti-money laundering services, which is one of our biggest thing we do in Dallas, Texas. And we also do system re-engineering work, system process flow documentation. That is what we signed off a contract recently with a company in Houston, documenting the entire process flow.
Mhm.
When companies moving from one system to another, or they're making changes, they're moving from one software to the other, they're improving, they're going digital, or they're going automated. Then we go in there to do a lot of the process documentation, and process re-engineering, or the change management system, all that stuff, because sometimes people are not too keen to changes, right? Improvement. So we kind of delve into change management situation and stuff like that. But for our accounting services and business support services, it's more local. It's more local. So we provide to small businesses, to individuals, and things like that. So we provide, we help you with your business registration process. We help you with obtaining your federal and state employees identification number. We prepare bylaws and policies and procedures, documents. We obtain and also reinstate, if you lost your status, your nonprofit 501c situation, tax exemption status. We obtain and reinstate the home health care agency certifications. We provide accounting for small businesses, nonprofit, and home health care agencies. We also prepare and file federal, state, and franchise taxes for small businesses, for nonprofit, for home health care agency, and other small businesses. Like in Texas, there's a lot of small construction companies that run. And we do it for self-employed people who are self-employed, people who are doing their barbershop business, their hair salon business, and all those kind of stuff. And then we do the bookkeeping and accounting. We also provide QuickBook training. We have been in partnership with the Liberia Business Association based out in Minnesota and providing a lot of that training through the city of Brooklyn Park, the city of Brooklyn Center, and we have done some in the city of Princeton in Texas as well. So that's what we'll be doing, but we'll be making this presentation to educate our people to share their experiences. So if you're out there, you can share the show, you can comment, you can call in to ask questions. I don't know if we'll have time during the show to have questions.
Yeah, we could take calls once we're doing the show. Well, like you said, today is the introductory session.
Yeah.
So when we're doing it, we can take some calls and hear from our people. This is meant to be, public service to inform the public about this. So basically, today is the introductory session, and so we'll have you back here on Thursday, so that we can do to get down to the matter.
Yes, we'll get down to the matter. Like I say, we'll be talking a wide range of things on how to prepare to succeed financially, how to protect yourself whilst you are trying to earn an income.
Sorry that
how to manage your finances.
I have to
and
take
how
this
to plan for
urgent
retirement.
call. So
Okay.
let Waka step back in. You and Waka, let me take this call.
Okay. Waka.
Yes, Mr. Josh, yeah, go
Josh,
ahead.
okay, yes, okay. Josh, how are you?
I'm all getting you.
Good. Yeah, many times people I'm having some. I think next show I will prepare my background properly. I'm having some reflection, some shadow. I didn't do my lighting properly. But Josh.
Yep.
This program we also presented on I hope y'all will not get mad at me doing this. We also
go ahead.
We have a program, a show called the Focus on Liberia. We have the business, finance, and economics program, which we do on Saturdays. We do it every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Central, and 8 p.m. Liberian Time. We do that presentation every Saturday for an hour to 2 hours, where we discuss business, finance, and economics. We discuss different topics, and we had done this presentation before on Focus on Liberia, the presentation on personal financial planning. If you like, that's why I say don't get mad at me to do this, because I'm promoting another program, but this is a program I'm one of the hosts there, so I sit on our show every Saturday, and we discuss issues, all things Liberia. So you can join us on our program as well every Saturday at 3 p.m. I'm one of the hosts on that program. But one of the questions, Josh, that people ask when we're presenting this is, what's about Liberia? Because it seems as though the program is. I'm asking you a question, Josh.
Yep.
Yeah, people ask me. People ask when we present the show, what's about the people in Liberia? Because it seems as though this program is meant for people in the diaspora, especially people in America, where people wonder. The question is, people wonder, but we're not any income here in Liberia, or we're not any much. How do we do this whole financial planning thing? So, Josh, how do you do your financial planning when you're not any much?
Oh, you have so many ways that you can do it
to
generate some revenue.
No, I mean, if you're generating the revenue, yes. So you have different ways you can generate revenue. Yeah. So how are some of the ways you can generate revenue?
Okay. Serious. Yep.
Waka.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I
Good
went
morning.
in. Yeah.
What you're on today?
Sorry, I was in the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're talking about personal financial planning, and the question I was asking George was that some people ask. I was telling him that I have a business session on Focus on Liberia every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Central. And for those in the California area, it's 12 noon. And for those in Liberia, is 8 p.m. Liberia time. We present that show. And we had this personal financial planning. And the question that some people asked was, okay, we're in Liberia. This program looks like it's for the people in America and other Western countries. So how does this program relate to the people in Liberia? So the question I was asking George was, how do you guys plan? Because their concern was we don't make much money here. How do we plan? How do we plan our finances when we don't make it? Like we're just going day by day. As the day comes, we hustle, we eat it.
Yeah, everything in Liberia is hand to mouth. So the issue about planning is not like Liberians. We are good at planning, most especially our farmers. What we get, we eat, we move, we wait for the next day. What God provide for the next day, we just go about eating it. That's it, and nothing more, nothing less. Those that are in business that will, one way or the other, say, okay, I have to, keep the aside for this particular purpose, or keep the aside for my children's school fee, my in and out, my X, Y, and Z. But here, everything about our finances and what we earn, even at the end of the month, is just from hand to mouth.
Yeah, it's just like you're working at any 150, 150 US dollars.
Yeah.
When you convert it to $100, when you convert it to Liberian dollar, is what, about 1,500?
150 would be like $100. 100 would be of.
Yeah, we'll do the math, but
100 would be of 15,000. So
okay,
that's close to
15,000.
20,000. Yeah.
Okay, so but then, Waka, the thing is, you still got to plan that 100, that 15,000 Liberian dollars, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you still got to do some planning. You just don't go on spending it and hope for.
What depends if the money is coming on time. Because for those in government, before they receive their salary, they have gone to credit from people that at the end of the month, if I get the money, I will reimburse or repay what I have credited from those that I credited from. So it is just like that. So if you, for instance, you're going to a job every morning and you don't have transportation, the next thing is that, oh, Waka is doing this business or this scratch card or money exchanging business, this social place. Let me go and credit $20 or $30 US from Waka from there, and then use it to run throughout the week or the 2 or 3 weeks. Then after that, when I receive my pay, if God help, if I'm working in the government, God help me, I receive that month's salary. I will take all the $20 I have credited for transportation. I will take all the $10 I have credited for scratch card. I will take all the money that I have used for even food. So what left with me is something I can even sustain again up until the next month.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
but you see, Baka, what you just described there is a form of financial planning, right? You're planning the money. You're planning how to spend the meager resource and how to even stretch it, right? And whether you go in credit and how you will pay it the next time. And if that money finishes, it doesn't reach your expenses for the month or for that period, where do you take additional money from? Right?
yeah.
So it's a form of daily planning as you go along. So financial planning can be as you go along. You can put it on paper, you can put it on a computer, you can put it on spreadsheet as you go along, right? Because you got children's school fee to pay, you got to eat every day, you got probably house rent to pay and stuff like that. So you got to sit back and think now, how do I move to the next level? So financial planning is not, personal financial planning is not just only, it doesn't even include only it go beyond just the money you're making. So it also go beyond teaching you how to even make the next leap in your life, how to prepare yourself to jump the next life, to get the next $100, right? Maybe to get a salary increase or to get the next job or to get something else, right? That gives you additional income, or how to target yourself. So even if you're pushing wheelbarrow, how you manage with that money you're earning now and how you move to the next level. And you know the story with the Fula Jalo? They
Yeah.
come, they open with a market.
For the start shining shoes, from shining
They
shoes,
start shining shoes.
they go to Wheeler Market. From Wheeler Market, they go
They
to
go to shop,
motor bag shop, just like that. Keke.
buy and sell dry goods. Before you go load, they have two shops. Before
Yeah.
you load,
They
they
got
start importing,
school.
exporting.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a process, right? Then they taking some of that money, they putting it in the susu, the daily susu. And when that daily susu come, they take it, they do something with it. So all that process, you can actually commit it to people some way. If you're not letter, if you don't know how to write, you can still do it mentally some way, or you can call somebody. That's why sometimes you send your children to school. My child can't hear, or can't put it on the paper for me, right? You do some of that. So for those that are not doing that, or those that are just working, right, with the government or with private sector or wherever, for those that are doing, excuse me, for those that are doing even running keke business or running motorbike business. How do you buy the next motorbike? What do you do, right?
You have to save up.
Yeah. So there's a process of financial planning at every level. Like I said, especially when you are really hustling. So this program is for every level of people. And I would try to break it down as much as possible, not just for the people in America, but for everybody.
Okay.
That's why it was good I had this conversation with you, so that people in Liberia and even you would think that people in America are so better off than people in Liberia. No, some people are also struggling on this side. So it's for people at both world, and people at every level of
Anywhere you live, once you earn an income, I mean, it's applicable to you, whether you're hustling or whether you're working. But yeah, so we will have Mr. Ellis Coffee back here on Thursday. Our time is up, so we're going to close up this morning. Mr. Ellis Coffee is a managing consultant from Allen Bernard International, and they're a private business. This is basically what you call a pro bono service to the public. Where you can learn useful tips on how to plan, to do financial planning, how to ensure that when God calls you, and of course, nobody knows when they're going to get called, your family is left here okay. They say the white people they plan even for their death after they've died. They care about their families. They care about how they're going to be buried. They don't go raising money, collecting money to be buried. No, they make sure that it's covered. Because when you have life insurance that's taken care of, when you have this, when you have that, but we don't like to do that. Those are some of the things that we need to be encouraged to do. But thank you, Mr. Coffee. We'll talk to you on Thursday, same time, 5:30 Eastern. 5:30 your time, 6:30 Eastern time, and 11:30 a.m. Liberian time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I join your struggle to wake up early in the morning.
I'm used to it.
Thank you for your service too. Thank you for allowing us to use your platform.
Well, folks, there you have it. This brings us to a close of today's edition of the program. We're going to be back here same time tomorrow morning to do exactly what it is we do here. So as I said to you, the embattled president of LBDI, Dio Delane, has already submitted his letter of resignation to the board of the bank. And Mr. Delane, the board will soon, in the next 72 hours, announce Mr. Delane's resignation as president of LBDI. It's a disgrace. This should not have happened. They hired Baker Tilly. Baker Tilly is supposed to be a reputable firm, international firm based in Liberia. I mean, with offices in Liberia, with an outfit in Liberia. Baker Tilly is an international firm. Baker Tilly was the one that did that they did stuff, boy. They did the due diligence. So you mean Baker Tilly didn't see that this guy lied on his credentials? You see, they lie, you go there and you see what they lie on to the
or were they bribed? That's it. Because Costa, before some people get job, they can do anything for you. So
but if a firm like Baker Tilly reaches out to Oxford University, for example, to make an inquiry, Oxford would more than likely speak with them. I'm not sure they even did. Or they did, but they hid it. They decided not to disclose it in their findings to the board of the bank. They probably spoke with Oxford. Oxford probably told them that the man didn't graduate from there. He didn't have this degree or this diploma from there. They ignored it and decided to lie. It's possible, Waka. It's possible they did that. But anyway, what a disgrace. Thank you so much, folks. God bless you. Have yourselves a beautiful day. Bye-bye.